all hanging out here. That's interesting. Wow. That's right. That's not going to help. Not helping either. Okay. Screwed. There we go. Better.
Hello? Hello? Hey, Sharpie. Richard, how are you? Okay. Food's out. I got food outside the front door for you to pick up whenever you're ready. I'm not home. I'm out in downtown Columbia on my e-bike. Okay, thank you. It's at my front door. Okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I just want to make sure you get it. That's why I was calling. Okay. All right. Take care, Sophie. Okay. Bye. Alrighty. Thank you. Bye bye.
Dead red. Always a dead red. Oh, cool. Dead red, still dead red. Already. Chance, you know. Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
You alright?
Yes, sir. Come drink out the store.
What?
Come and drink out the store. Come and drink.
I don't have anything on me, babe. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I apologize. If I did, I would.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Always fun.
Always fun.
Oh, you got me over too?
Get back over here. Can do that.
Good, how are you? Yeah. I'm looking for your Americans with Disabilities Act notice for this. I'm looking for your Americans with Disabilities Act notice for this building. Who is the Americans with Disabilities Act coordinator? This will be my third time stopping and asking.
Okay.
The notice is supposed to be publicly posted.
Yes, sir.
I don't see the notice. Do you?
Would you like to speak with somebody who can discuss the posting of it with you?
Sure, that'd be fine. I mean, you have your own Americans with Disabilities Act coordinator separate and apart from this
We may
state
have
house?
one here at the
You do, I know you do.
That's fine.
Okay, but whoever it is for the state house,
Stay out, stay 104.
it's gotta be published.
Yes, sir.
It's gotta be right here where somebody can see it.
I get assistant at the DMAG, please.
So, but you guys have your own ADA coordinator because you're with the Bureau of Protective Services.
Yes, sir.
So you have your own ADA coordinator. On your website, you can see it. You can find it very easily. Just go to SCDPS.
I got you. I have somebody that's coming to speak with you.
and do
in regards
that.
to having it posted here.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
All right. Because supposedly the guy that's in charge of all this isn't even in this building. He's in another building somewhere else.
Yes, sir.
Well, how does that make him
Over.
the right person to be over this building?
Yes, sir.
You know, if I want to talk to him, where is he?
Well, we'll be able to contact him for you if you need to speak.
Yeah.
to him. Yes, sir. We'll be able to get you this information.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not trying to cause problems. I just looking for compliance,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
with the Americans with Disabilities Act. And I
Let
know
me
you
get you
guys.
this up.
Yeah, sure. That's where I was headed to begin with because I wasn't planning on entering. I just wanted to see the sign somewhere here, and it's not.
I understand.
So,
How you doing, sir? Let me take care of it.
sure, man. Go ahead. I'm gonna turn the key off of my e-bike, save battery. I'll be right back. Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good, sir. How are you?
Good, Sarge. This is my third time coming here, and the reason why I keep coming and checking is because, like, right here, or here, or there, or here, or here, should be the ADA notice and grievance procedure for this facility, and it's not posted, and you don't see it, I don't see it, he doesn't see it, you don't see it. It's not posted. It needs to be posted.
I understand.
This is my third time coming here. You have your own ADA coordinator separate and apart from the State House?
Yes, sir.
This State House is the most visited place
Yes, sir.
in our state. How dare them not have an ADA notice and grievance procedure not posted? It's been mandated since 2007.
Let me get your information.
Sure. I mean, you got your own ADA coordinator on your website, but that's not for this building. It's not for you either. You got your own.
No, I mean, it's a valid point. I just need to.
Thank you.
I want to get you some, we want to get some answers.
Yes, sir.
Educate myself too.
Yes, sir. I mean, you remember the Service Animals and Americans with Disabilities Act training video, the 2013, 2014 legal updates years ago? You saw all those service dogs with no leash? That's compliments of me, my friend. I had the academy make that training video for y'all. So,
What's your name, sir?
Richard, last name is Capel, Charlie Alpha Papa, Echo, Lima, Lima. And I disability retired Richland County EMS. That's why I know so much about the Americans with Disabilities Act and what is in compliance and what's not in compliance. So, and that's what I've turned my efforts to now that I'm disabled, is just getting compliance voluntarily.
So the question is the American Disability
Act, right. There should be a notice and grievance procedure posted somewhere in this area where the general public can see so they know who to contact and how to contact that person if they have a complaint or a problem or accessibility issue or concern.
So the American Disability Act notice and grievance procedures.
Yes, sir. It's supposed to be publicly posted where the public is generally allowed to enter or be. And that would, I guess, be right here, because this is the only place y'all let them in, right? The general public?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's why I keep checking this place. And this is, like I said, my third time. You know, they said it's some guy down in some building over here in downtown Columbia, but that's not somebody that's physically on the site. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So,
You have a telephone number, Mr. Cookout?
sure, 803-552-6574. And if you go to YouTube and do a search on YouTube for SCCJA backup, you'll see the training video that the South Carolina Criminal Justice Academy made for y'all. Service Animals and Americans with Disabilities Act, 0 leashes on any of those dogs. You should have seen that in your basic law enforcement training class, and you should have gotten it in 2013, 2014 legal updates. Because I made the academy do that training with Rick Kaplan at North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So they did all that. So, and all this kind of stems from, I had Director Leroy Smith, the United States Supreme Court, because Trooper D.W. Jenkins looks at me on the side of the road and said, "Oh, that's your service dog?" I'm like, "Yes, sir." He goes, "What's your disability?" I'm sorry, what did you say, Trooper D.W. Jenkins? What's your disability? Well, that's twice you just violated Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act right here in front of these 2 York County deputies, Trooper. Well, I'm also a volunteer firefighter. Yeah, but you are dressed as a South Carolina State Trooper right now, and you are not acting as a firefighter right now.
What did he violate?
He asked me about the nature of my disability twice.
Okay, got you.
2 different times.
Yeah.
You are not allowed to inquire about the nature of a person's disability. You can't ask them what their disability is. So Leroy Smith lost his job over it. And now y'all have an Americans with Disabilities Act coordinator. Which is why I know y'all are good and squared away. But I keep coming here and finding the same problem. And it's not y'all's problem, it's the State House problem. You see what I'm saying? So, and when I did that, that was in the 2013-20, that was before all this AI stuff came out. So if I could do that by myself, represent myself to the United States Supreme Court against Leroy Smith and the Department of Public Safety, what do you think I could do with AI's help? I know, I could do a lot.
Mr. Capel, you have a valid point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm very disappointed myself in reference to,
Well, I mean, you guys are fine. Y'all have one. I can go to your website and pull it up online right now.
But if we have
So-
one, they should be the one
Yeah,
educating the public, educating us.
that's right.
And they should be the one.
You should have an idea who that person is. And you don't know who it is. If I ask you, I'm sure you're going to say, I'll have to look it up. You know, and that's another sad thing.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
I agree.
these the sheriff's departments, they're elected officials.
Yeah.
I've caught Leon Lott committing fraud to the federal government since 2007.
Wow.
You see, ADA coordinators became mandatory in 2007 of all public entities with 50 or more employees.
Okay.
Leon Lott has more than 50 or more employees.
Right.
Well, he has no ADA coordinator. He hasn't had one for years. In fact, I'm on trespass notice from all Sheriff's Department property because I was accusing him of violating 56.56560 Code of Laws, which is a traffic violation, you know, the public contact form. 1,214 verbal warnings given in the last 3 months, my friend. That's not complying with 56.56560 public contact forms, is it? No, it's not. There's no such thing as a verbal warning traffic stop in South Carolina since 2010. Anytime a law enforcement officer stops a motor vehicle, no citation is issued, no arrest is made. The officer that initiated the stop must issue the public contact form by the South Carolina Department of Public Safety. Copy goes to you, the driver. Now you know who stopped you, what they stopped you for. Copy ends up back in the DPS computer system, and it red flags any officer that might be profiling of any kind of sort. Well, if you're given 1,214 verbal warning traffic stops in 3 months' time, how are you keeping up with it legally?
Good question. Very good question. Now let me ask you this: what about the city?
The city, Dr. Gwendolyn Connors, compliments of yours truly. And prior to that, it was, it was, what was his name? Gardner Johnson, Tanisha Chavis, and Gwendolyn Connors have been the 3 ADA coordinators at the City of Columbia ever since the chief signed the 2016 settlement agreement with the United States Department of Justice that he would name an ADA coordinator for law enforcement and maintain an ADA coordinator for law enforcement. Well, to this day, the chief hasn't named him. The city named him. And
Very good point.
and the ADA coordinator doesn't even work in the police department. They're at Human Resources. So they have no clue what's going on in this police department.
Right. So
But they're the ADA coordinator for law enforcement.
Mr. Capel, we got problems.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Oh, man.
It's bad. It's real bad. I mean, it's so bad, the FBI friended me. The FBI director accepted my friend's request when I sent him a video of law enforcement violating a disabled person's rights.
Wow.
And this law enforcement officer decides he's going to come up and get in everybody's personal space and try to start something. That's exactly what he did. He walked right up to him, got like within a foot of each one of them.
Wow.
And one of my guys, put his hand out between. He was approaching a guy standing right here. One of my guys says, "Hey, man," stuck his hand out. "Hey, don't walk up on a friend like that," And that officer turned and targeted him. His name is Bourbon, Shane Bourbon. Shane Bourbon turned and targeted him and started shoving him, pushing him backwards. And the third time he did it, he hit him in the neck and shoved him backwards in the neck. Okay? And that's all on video. And of course, they're trying to protect that officer. Why they're trying to protect that officer, I have no idea. But it was the Cape Girardeau Police Department in Cape Girardeau. And 3 of my auditors went there and they got that kind of treatment from Shane Bourbon. And 2 other officers witnessed what he was doing. They turned their back and jumped in their patrol cars and left him. They didn't try to stop him or nothing. So the FBI director saw that, accepted my friend's request, and hopefully they're going to look into it, and hopefully that guy will be taken care of. Because you and I both know that's wrong.
Right.
You don't do that, So
Now, like I said,
Yeah.
Mr. Capel, this is
interesting.
definitely interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And have me,
Curious.
I'm curious. I'm interested.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm curious because I know you said about this being a visitor's entrance to the state.
It is.
State House.
It is.
But that's just piece of the pie.
Yes, sir.
They got other buildings.
Exactly.
We got other employees.
Exactly.
We got other disabled employees.
Exactly. Yes,
It
sir.
should- It should be posted everywhere.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
I mean,
And there's no
And-
excuse
and-
in any employee not knowing who their ADA coordinator
and
is.
we lack. I mean, it's a good point. I mean,
As we speak,
it's
Cynthia Benjamin is now the new ADA coordinator for sccourts.org. Can you believe our courts have never been in compliance with it and been committing fraud since
Cynthia
2007? Yeah. sccourts.org has never been in compliance with Title II until last year.
Cynthia Benjamin's not Mayor Benjamin, former Mayor Benjamin's wife. Is it?
I don't know, it might be, but Cynthia Benjamin,
She's a judge. She's
she-
a judge.
she is in charge of SC Courts.
I'm gonna tell her. I'm
So-
gonna tell our chief send me to class so I can get.
Well, if you go to SCCJA backup on YouTube, you'll see the training video that the Criminal Justice Academy put out that I made them make for you guys in the 2013-2014 legal updates.
Yeah, but if we can get officers trained,
Yeah,
we can be our own safety
yeah,
provider.
Yeah.
We could put.
yeah. ADA National Network, $5, and you can get the ADA Title II Coordinator Training Certificate from the ADA National Network. $5 of your time and 6 hours of video watching and 10 questions on a test, and you become a certified ADA Title II coordinator, which ADA Network, the National ADA Network is where I go. National ADA Network training, And you'll see ADA Title II, that's what you follow under because you're state and local government. So you would follow under ADA Title II and you would want all the Title II training related to Title II. If you were a human resources person, you would want Title I, II, and III. But you're not a human resources person, so Title II is the main thing that you're concerned with. So, anyway.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, but I love educating, I love helping, I love talking to people. You know, I disability retired from 911 Richland County EMS. So, I mean, that's how I know all I know is, you know, my first 2 weeks of EMT training was EMS and the Americans with Disabilities Act. I remember it well from 1994. You know, and
Got you, man.
Yeah.
Got you. Well, nice meeting you. Mr.
yeah,
Capel,
nice
and
meeting
like
you
I
too.
said,
Yeah,
I'm gonna pass this up, and
yeah, because
me and my lieutenant got some work to do. And
Yeah.
we're gonna
that'd be great.
We're gonna try to get you some answers and get us some answers.
That'd be
and-
great. You
and,
know,
we're gonna try.
Yeah.
Try, man.
that'd be great. I mean, you guys are squared away. You got an ADA coordinator, even though you may not know it. You do have one on your website, and that's because I took Leroy Smith to the Supreme Court, and he lost his job, and now y'all comply. So, you know, but and I didn't want to have to do that, but he didn't want to voluntarily comply. So what do? You know,
Why can't you get those sheriff locked up?
he is.
But
Captain Joanna McDuffie is now named the ADA coordinator.
Okay.
But it took me getting false charges put on me. You know, Scott Hayes was the attorney for Leon Lott for a while. Okay, so in an email to Scott Hayes, if you don't educate your deputies on the Americans with Disabilities Act and the state laws that protect us, like 433340 South Carolina Code of Laws, interfering with the rights of a blind or physically disabled person. Hi, I'm a physically disabled person. Do not interfere with my rights. I know them well.
So why are you trespassing?
So, because I'm a threat to him.
But if everything resolved, then he's
It's not resolved now. He still has me on trespass notice. So, well, I've been back there 3 different times since he put me on trespass notice, and since he falsely arrested me and kept me in Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center for 352 days.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And you know, I'm the wrong person to send there. You know why? Because number one, I know about the Americans with Disabilities Act. Number two, I was a correctional officer for 6 months at SCDC. Said, screw this, I'm going to EMT school. I don't want to be a correctional officer for a living. This sucks, you know. So I went to EMT school, but I had been a correctional officer in the past. So now, not only that, I wanted to follow in Leon Lott's footsteps. So I was also a private investigator with Pinkerton's Investigations, doing undercover industrial narcotics investigations, just like he started out doing, okay? And I worked with the same people, John Rattery and Christian Thorson, the same 2 people Leon used to work for, okay? And I told Leon, I will not name you as a defendant in court, but you're gonna comply with Title II of the ADA. And so they, you know, over a metaphor in an email to Scott Hayes, I said, if you don't fly better than me, I'm gonna shoot you down. Now, if you know anything about the military, we at that time in our lives, we could have subpoenaed John McCain and said, hey, what's it like to be shot down, John?
So they took that.
Just because of a metaphor. 352 days for threatening the life of a public official. That's what he charged me with. Scott Hayes is not a public official, number one. Number two, he's an attorney that was appointed to the sheriff by the solicitor.
That's a figure of. Wasn't that a figure of speech?
It was a metaphor. A metaphor, right. A metaphor.
They took that literally.
And yes, 352 days Alvin S. Glenn I was.
352 days.
352 days. And they stopped discriminating against all the inmates in Mike Dorm, the medical unit, because of me. Because here I am going to medical every day, and all these other inmates are talking about the watered down tea, the watered down Gatorade, the orange juice and milk they got for breakfast. What? All we got was water. Because we were in a medical unit. All we got was water. Well, wait a minute. Hey, Doc, How come we can't drink this? No reason why you can't. It's sugar-free anyway. Well, then why are we being discriminated against? You have to take that up with Paige Bodie. Okay, no problem. So I got a letter out to my public defender, to my county councilman, who happens to be a psychologist. So the next thing I know, all the sergeants that had tasers are now required to have body cameras. And if they pull that taser, they better have it on video. Because they were abusing the tasers. I reported that. They were dry stunning people for the fun of it. So I reported that. And they were not giving everybody a mic dorm the same menu option as they were everybody else as far as drinks were concerned. So that took care of that too. And then Paige Bodie locks down Mike Dorm, pops me out in front of everybody. You think you're something else, don't you? And just reamed me right there in front of all the other inmates, right? And then this tea and this orange drink and all this other stuff started coming into Mike Dorm. And all of a sudden, I become the hero of Mike Dorm. All the inmates loved me after that.
352 days, that's a long time.
Yeah, 352 days, man.
For something simple.
Yeah, and they didn't even prosecute me for it. 352 days.
Wow.
So they used that just to revoke my pointing a firearm, standing my ground against my property manager where I live at. Because I pointed a gun and he stopped his forward momentum and he put his hands in the surrender position, I didn't pull the trigger. Well, you're not immune from prosecution, Mr. Capel, because you didn't shoot him.
Oh, so that was in conjunction with the...
Years ago, I had an incident with the property manager where I lived at.
Oh, so they dug that.
And I was leaving and I told him I see him in court and he's like, are you threatening me? No, I see you in court. Boom. Shut his office door. Turn around and my service dog is in front of me. I get 8 steps away and I hear the door burst open, not open, burst open behind me. I had no idea if he had grabbed a weapon, that baseball bat that was in the office. I had no idea, but I'm 8 steps away from him. My back's turned to him. I followed my training. I drew my weapon, spun around, and held it up, back this way, and said, "Step the F back." Which he stopped, put his hands in the surrender position. Did you just pull that off? Yes, I did, and I have it on video too. Now step back, and he did.
You got arrested.
And we both went home safely. And I got arrested for pointing a firearm at a person because I didn't pull the trigger.
They prosecuted you?
Yes. And I got 5 years suspended on 3 years served, 5 years probation. First offense, first ever felony.
You got what?
5 years suspended, 3 years served, 5 years probation.
You served 3 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why
For
they
following my training, man.
Why they give you 3 years if you've never been in trouble? You could have gotten...
Exactly, because Leon Lott was upset with me because I was on his butt. I called the FBI on him. The FBI went out and spoke to Leon Lott because of me. So, and I drugged the FBI, and the FBI's slick, right? They want to meet you someplace where there's an expectation of privacy. Can we meet you at your home? Well, it's not my home, it's my grandfather's home. How about we meet at Forest Acres Police Department? What? How about we meet at Forest Acres Police? Is that a problem? You're the FBI. Why can't we meet at a police department? Okay. So we met at Forest Acres Police Department. Now, I know them very well. They know me very well. I live in their jurisdiction because of them, okay? So I walk in, they show up, show me their FBI credentials, and I look over at the dispatcher, hey, can we borrow the courtroom? He's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Off into the courtroom we go. I've got them in a place where there's no expectation of privacy now. My dog has a video camera in his little backpack and he recorded them. And they went and spoke to Leon Lott about denying access to my service dog to the funeral services when they had that canine that was killed, and all these other people showed up with their pets, and all these other people showed up with their police dogs, and I wanted to show up with my service dog, and I was told before I even got there not to come. And I'm like, wait a minute, you can't tell me I can't come to a public event. This is open to the public, dude. So I get there, my dog misbehaves, and then I have to leave because my dog was having a bad day, So I had to leave then, I had no choice. But they should not have told me, do not come prior to. They had no right to tell me that, and that's what they were doing. So I'm like, well, you know, you're violating my rights. I have every right to be there just like any other citizen. So what if I had my service dog with me? When he did misbehave, I took care of the problem and I left immediately, you know. And so Leon was mad at me because I had actually gotten in touch with the FBI. So, and like right now, if you look at my Facebook profile, the FBI director is a friend on my Facebook profile now. So, and so now I'm just, you know, I see something serious going on that really needs attention, I just shoot it right to the FBI director himself and let him see it for himself, let him deal with it. So,
How long you had your bike?
December 22nd, 2022 was my Christmas present to myself. And I have not bought gas since. That is electric.
3 years, huh?
Yes, sir.
3 years.
Yes, sir. I have not purchased gas.
Charge last.
I average about 30 miles average a ride, okay? And that's going back and forth between eco, street legal mode, and sport mode, off-road, have fun mode, right? So I switch back and forth. But if I was to stay in eco mode, I could probably do 40, 45 miles. So, but I don't always stay in eco mode because I like to go off-road, I like to play. Or I like to go in parking lots and we practice wheeling and stuff like that too. So, but as you see, I wear full gear because I don't want to get hurt any more than I already am.
Got you, man.
So,
Got you out here.
but I love that bike, man. That bike is just, I've got over 3,000 miles on it, and I just had to have my major expense spent on that bike recently. New brake pads and new tires. And it was around $300, and I don't have the tires on yet. So those are the old tires still, the originals. So, but I got the new tires, I just got to get them put on the rim still. So, but I love that bike, it's great. 28 miles an hour is what it's speed limited to in eco mode. Out of eco mode, it'll do 47 top. But who needs to go that fast off-road, right? That's fast for off-road anyway, right? You know, but you know, and I love it. And you guys should have something like that. That would be nice. The battery's swappable. The battery is 60 pounds all by itself. Wow. And the battery costs more than the bike itself. Wow. So the bike is about 140 pounds. 60 of those pounds would be the battery, which is removable. You unplug one plug and pull it right out and you drop another one in and keep going. So, and you can put emergency lights on them, 12 volt emergency lights on them and stuff. They're really cool bikes. They're really nice bikes, and they're very quiet. You could sneak up on a lot of people with this bike. And like deer, I got on the Riverwalk at night, and there's deer standing there, and I'm just riding right up on them, and I have to come to a stop because the deer are right there, you know. I'm like, whoa, I'm not used to that, you know, but I'm so quiet that I can ride up on deer, snakes out there sunning themselves on the pavement, you know. After the sun's gone down, they'll stretch out on that pavement, try to get the remaining heat from the asphalt. So, but so yeah, that's what I saw when I went down the Riverwalk at night. I had deer to avoid and snakes to avoid that normally I would not see if I was on a motorcycle with, you know, engine noise. So, but that thing is so quiet, it's awesome. So,
all right,
but,
Mr. Bill, nice
thank you.
Sir.
Yes, sir. You too.
Take care of
yes,
yourself.
sir.
And
call me if you ever need to. You got my number. If you need want some resources or whatever, call me. I'll give you, you know, if you want my email, I'll give you that too. And I'll be happy to shoot you some resources.
Yeah, give me an email.
Okay.
I gotta get back to you.
Okay, it's my amateur radio call sign. You ready for it?
Yes, sir.
Kilo India 4, Mike Yankee November.
India 4.
Mike Yankee November at gmail.com. So it's KI4MYN at gmail.com. And I'll be happy to send you what us auditors look for.
Yeah, do that.
So, yeah. So that way you'll know what we look for.
KI4MYN
Yes, sir.
at gmail.com.
Yes, sir. And you can also look me up on the FCC that way. You can also, you know, whatever you want to do with it, there it is. That's my information. So, and I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I'll be happy to shoot you that email.
All right.
You have a great day. Thanks. Nice meeting you.
You too. Take care.
on you, big dog.
goes deep. And not down that way. Perfect. Alright. Yep. That'll work. Let's get that way. There we go.
Brickman is crazy, man. Oh shoot.
No problem.
Brickman is crazy, but he was telling me straight up. He's like,
How you guys doing? All right. Hey, man. Why are you on that side of it? Let's see how far down we get to go here. Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
Good, good, good. What happened down yonder?
Oh, they building like a barge or thing for the water treatment plant is doing stuff for it. That's all I can tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious because I come in from the other way and I'm blocked. And I'm like, wait a minute. So let me come in this way and see what's going on.
The other way is blocked too. Yeah.
Yeah, the other way I don't get to talk to nobody. Nobody tells me what's going on.
Yeah, that's what they doing. They working. They ain't gonna open back up to December.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. How much longer do you think it'll be before they open it up?
December.
No, December.
Yeah,
Okay.
they gonna open it back up in December.
Okay, December. Okay, that's right. I'm sorry.
December the 2nd. They gonna
Okay, cool. Great. All right. Well, hey, thanks for the information. I'm going to turn around and head back out.
All right, you go ahead and get in front of me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You have a good one.
All right, you too.
All righty. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. It's a disappointing shortcut. It's closed down there. Good luck.
job?